What's going on, seniors? All right, so we've gone through all of our events that we will use to close out, and then we're going to focus on the very last event. So congratulations, you will be graduating on May 22nd, Sunday night at 6:30. So we're just going to go over a few logistical details as you arrive to the theater that we'll be having this at. So here's what you're going to do. Right now, we're looking at your entrance to the Rosemont Theater. Right now, this picture that's a little blurry that you may see is focused on the back side of the theater. We'll give you another view in just a second. And there's going to be 3 entrances that you as a student will need to arrive to. So you'll either be assigned to the stage door entrance, that's the left of this picture, the dock door entrance, that is slightly to the right, and then the south entrance that is around the side of what you're looking at. From the top view, you'll see the same 3 entrances that I pointed out previously. I'm going to go back. I'm going to show you that one. That's the actual ground level view. Here's what it would look like if you were flying in a helicopter above the Rosemont Theater. So if you're assigned to the stage door, you kind of see where it is just off that major street. The dock door is on the same side of the building. And just right around the corner from that is the south entrance. So these are the things that you need to arrive to, or the places you need to arrive to as we get ready to line up and have our commencement ceremony begin. So if you are in the south line and your counselor is Miss Wood or Miss Sanchez, you are going to arrive through the dock door entrance. I'm going to repeat that. If your counselor is Miss Wood or Miss Sanchez, you're going to arrive to the dock door entrance. And so you're looking as if you are coming from the parking in the back of the theater. Okay? Very straightforward. Additionally, in the south line, if Mr. Tortorelli, Ms. Conlon, or Mr. Milano are your counselors, you are going to enter through the south entrance with the beautiful glass panels next to the door. There'll be some limited parking back there. There's also a handicapped or disabled entrance next to that. So if you need to access that entrance, no matter who you are, you may access that entrance, and then we'll direct you to where you need to go. But if your counselor is Tortorelli, Conlon, or Milano, that is where you're going to come in for the south line. Now we're going to move to the north line. And it's important to remember if you're in south or north line, and I'll share with you in a minute why. If your counselor is Villalobos, Spillman, Maximu, or Spiegel, you are going to come through the stage door entrance. So there's a little stairs, it says stage, and that's towards the back of the theater as well. All right. And this is how you're going to come in. So remember how I shared with you that you're either in the north line or the south line? So let's go back. You got south line here, you got north line there. So if you look again at our diagram, this is what it's going to look like when we're ready to walk onto the stage. So imagine all your friends and family, staff members, teachers, administrators are all going to be in this theater waiting, sitting. The music's going to start playing, and then the north line is going to come from the north lobby, and the south line is going to come from the south lobby. You're going to meet not quite the middle, but a little bit outside of the middle. There'll be plenty of people there directing you and leading you. And you're going to just proceed down these 2 rows. You're going to take a sharp right or left, and then you're going to head all the way down to the stage. So we're coming from the crowd and walking onto the stage versus coming onto the stage from behind. All right. So then the next thing you're going to do, once you get to the stage, so you see how it's flipped a little bit, where the red is the south line and the black is the north line. So you're coming in, you're going to go up. If you're in the south line, you're going to go all the way up from the back and start filling in your rows where you'll see familiar faces directing you there. If you're in the north line, you're going to come up from the other side. You're going to fill in from the front, and then you're going to see people directing you there. So that'll help with the flow, make it manageable and as efficient of a process as possible. It's going to take a while, so be patient. You'll be asked to kind of march at a certain cadence. There'll be plenty of time where music will be playing, and there'll be a lot of people there waving at you, smiling at you, taking pictures. We'll have a photographer off to the side of the stage to catch your moment. You'll see different administrators, board members, and district office people already on stage. as well as all of the diploma cases that will be presented to you. So once we get you processed into the stage and then seated, the very next thing is we'll go through, we'll have our wonderful speeches, we'll get all our performances, and then it'll be all over. Lots of applause, standing ovations, tears, all that good stuff will happen. And then you, if you're in the North line, are gonna go right back out through the crowd, not exactly the same route that will direct you, but you'll go back into the North lobby. If you're in the South line, you'll go out into the South lobby. You will then immediately seek out your counselor, and they'll have a location set up for you, and then you'll get your actual diploma. So here's a little bit of interesting information. When you walk across the stage and they hand you that beautiful leather or plastic bound diploma case, there's not going to be a diploma in it. And that's okay, that's normal, and that's what we always do, and what I've always seen at every single graduation that I've either been in or attended. So when you leave with your diploma case in hand, that's when you'll find your counselor who will distribute your actual diploma with your information on it. And it'll have a nice, beautiful Maine South insignia, a seal, all that good stuff. All right. Couple of important reminders that you need to know just about the event. We're going to give you a time, and we are asking you to arrive early. Like Dr. Collins shared in our previous video, it is going to take a long time to get into the theater. I don't want you all in your nice pants, shoes, dresses, whatever you choose to wear, sprinting through Rosemont Theater, getting all sweaty, messing up your makeup and hair because you were late. Plan to be there early, and I promise you it'll be a much smoother event. Carpool if you can, and please arrive on time. Next, students must enter the theater through their assigned door. It is not possible to get through the other areas if you don't go through the correct door. And so that's just something important. You will be turned around and directed to go to the correct place. All students should dress business casual. So avoid jeans, avoid ripped clothing. This is really your opportunity to dress nice. You'll have a gown on, but people will see your collars, they'll see your shirts, they'll see your pants, they'll definitely see your shoes. So you don't want to come in there with raggedy, old, messed up stuff. You actually want to put on something nice and look great. So wear dress shoes, but please avoid, not even avoid, no flip-flops and no high heels. Reason being, there's a lot of stairs, there's a lot of surfaces that go down on a slope or up on a slope. You are going to be on your feet quite a bit when you're not actually sitting on stage, and it is unsafe if you have those on. So wear shoes that are safe, comfortable, but look really nice. Another thing is don't bring any valuables with you. We don't have a good place for you to keep them. You're obviously not going to carry a backpack on the stage or through the procession. So if you have anything you need to carry, it needs to fit in a pocket, or it needs to be something that you can wear under your gown without being too obvious, like a purse, a sling, something like that. I would avoid also carrying clutches, cameras, or anything like that that you can't hold on to. And lastly, but not least, I shared this already, but only diploma covers are getting on stage. You'll find your counselor at the end, and they'll give you your actual diploma. So also plan for some time on the back end of the ceremony to just deal with that and how that's going to play out. And then we'll get you out of there and you can spend some time with your families. That's all I have today. Dr. Collins, was there something you wanted to add?
Just one thing that I'm sure as you're listening to this, when you get closer to graduation, you're going to think to yourself, wait a second, which door do I enter? So we will have this video posted on the YouTube page for Maine South, and that link will be posted on the website on your senior events page, which will be right on the banner. So you just go to the Maine South webpage. It's one of the buttons that you click that you see right across the middle. And then you can just find this video and rewatch that one portion. So make sure that you know what you're going in. My guess is if I were you in high school, I would have been like, I think I know which door I'm going in. And then the morning of, I would probably want to go and check so I could just remember. There's only 3, but like we said, you can't enter the wrong door and stay inside the theater and get to the right one. You have to go back out to get there just because of the way things are designed. And with so many of you graduating that day, it's really imperative that you take note of that and make sure that when you're coming into the theater and approaching it, you just kind of figure out, well, let's park over in this part of the lot just because it's closer to our entrance. The last thing I'll say is that this event and all events that we have are going to always be predicated on everybody behaving well. And we want to make sure that you have a great end of high school, considering how much all of you have been through. So please, we want positive behaviors from now until the end of the school year. We want you to be successful. We want to have times that we can remember and look back on with fondness and with happiness, especially because the last two senior classes have not had any of essentially what all of you are going to get, which is going back to what we would consider a normal end of the school year. So we're really excited about that and happy for that. And we want to make sure that all of you take advantage of that. And if you've got families that are coming to the ceremony and they want to know, where should we sit based on where you're entering, you can tell them there is not a bad seat in the house. In fact, the balcony is a great seat too, because of how low it actually comes into the theater. I think that's probably the best pictures personally from where people are seated, and they'll have a plenty of fair warning before your name is called when we're going through all of the order. Okay. So gone through this a few times. I promise you'll be in great places for pictures. So with that, we'll go ahead and conclude this video and make sure that it's posted where you can review it or just watch that segment to make sure you know we were coming in. And we'll see you on Sunday, May 22nd. Take care, everybody.
You got this, seniors.